I have a story to tell you about what happened in between getting out of Barbie and going into Oppenheimer. Now, if you saw my Movie Stop episode yesterday, you know that I went to a 12:20 showing of Barbie, and then I bought a ticket for the 2:30 showing of Oppenheimer. Now, I did this knowing the fact that I was probably going to miss some pre-show content. I was going to miss some trailers, but after watching the pre-show content they had for Barbie, the commercials for that they had before the trailers came on were terrible. That Google one, where you have this obnoxious girl who's like it's a commercial promoting Barbie, but the way this girl acts, the way that she acts, like everything's coming up Millhouse for her, like everything is going her way, and people are just annoyed by her. Like, it got cringy real quickly. I did not like that commercial at all, and after seeing that, and I was basically just like, if I miss any pre-show content after what I just had to sit through with that, it's not going to bother me too much. So as soon as the credits came out on Barbie, I walked out. I think I was the first person that walked out of the theater. I guarantee you some people probably looked at me and thought, boy, he must have hated it if he's walking out right now. It's just like, no, I just had to get to another movie. So I'm walking out. I leave the theater because my theater was on the left side of the building from where I was coming out of, and the next theater I had to go to, the XD theater, was on the right side of the theater. So I'm walking out. I'm thinking at first maybe I should go get my concessions, because I was still trying to figure out what I wanted to do for concessions, because the thing I used to do with the double features is that you used to get free refills on drinks and popcorn, but after the pandemic they kind of stopped doing that, and I don't think they're ever bringing that back. But so I took a quick look at the line, saw it was like it stopped right across from where the ticket stands are, which is like at the far end of the front there. So I thought, I'm gonna wait till a little bit. I'm gonna go. Plus, I wanted to get there to make sure nobody was taking my seat. Because I'll talk about the reserved seating thing in just a second. But so I walk over there. I get over there. I accidentally go to the wrong side of the theater at first, and then I finally get to my seat, sit down, sit in the movie theater for about 20, 30 minutes. I think I sat down for the first 10 minutes of the actual movie, and I thought, you know what? I think most people are coming in right now, so I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna go down to the concession stand, grab something to drink, to at least quench my thirst during the movie, because I was gonna be there for 3 hours. So I get back inside. I'm climbing up the steps, and I look up, and then there's this dude sitting in my seat. Like, this guy was wearing like a button shirt and a red tie, and he was like texting on his phone. And as soon as I got up there, the guy was just like, "Oh, were you sitting here?" It's just like, dude, I was sitting there for 20 minutes. How did you not see that I was there? So the dude got up, and then instead of going back to the seat that he was sitting in, he's standing behind me. Like, he's standing behind me, still texting on his phone and looking at the screen. I'm not looking at him all the way through, because I'm trying to pay attention to the movie, and I'm just kind of like, what are you doing, dude? Like, am I getting the feel-around version of Oppenheimer? Like, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch Kentucky Fried Movie and you'll see what I'm talking about.
You are aware this motion picture is shown in feel-around?
Yes.
So yeah, this guy stands behind me for 10 minutes, and I thought at first maybe he's somebody who works for the movie theater. Maybe he's somebody who's watching because he's probably looking at some, to quote Scott Van Pelt, up in the top who are causing a stir. So maybe that's what I thought at first. But no, this dude was standing there for 10 minutes, and then after about 10 minutes, he got back from behind there, and he went back to his seat in the middle of the top there. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, what are you doing, dude? Like, you could just go down the steps and go into that big hallway in between the theater and the doors to get in there, because you could still do that up there, but down there. But now I decided to do it there, and I got scared to get up and go to the bathroom for a little bit there, because I saw that and I thought to myself, like, if I get up again, he's going to do it again. So eventually I couldn't take it, so I eventually did go to the bathroom after about maybe 2 hours in, and then is when I did. No problems that time, but that was so weird. And it gets even weirder than that, because around the 2 hour mark, I'm looking at the screen. I'm also kind of just taking a brief glance down at the seats below. There's like in the Cinemark theater, this XD theater, there's like 5 rows of people on the bottom that are not in the stadium seating. They're like just sitting right on the ground. And I'm looking down there, and I'm seeing this guy get up, and I'm looking closely, and I'm just like, boy, that dude's shirt is really, really skinny, and that is not that thick. And slowly but surely, I start to realize this dude came in here without his shirt on. Like, this dude is walking around the theater with his shirt off, and like nobody is saying anything about it. Like, I swear on my life, everything I'm telling you is 100% true. I was just thinking to myself, what is going on in this theater? Like, I thought if anything weird was going to happen, it was probably going to be in Barbie, but no. Oppenheimer is apparently the theater where all the crazies come out, and you know, I told some people about it on social media, and you know, you got people like somebody commented that it was Muscleman from Regular Show, which would have made more sense if it was him, but and then the comment basically said it was Frank and Charlie from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia who would have probably done this, but no, again, that would have made too much sense. But it was just so weird. It's just like, I just didn't get it. And I don't usually have a lot of weird things happen at this theater, or things that just don't make any sense. Like, the only other time that's ever happened was about 6-7 years ago when The Legend of Tarzan came out. I saw that in an XD theater, and you know, so a family took the seat that I was going to sit in, and so I just moved over to the other side of the theater where there was an empty seat that wasn't reserved. And so I'm watching the movie, and then I turn a corner, and they're all staring at me from the opposite side of the theater, like I did something wrong. Like, no, you're the one that sat in my seat that was reserved for me. That's why I'm not a big fan of the reserved seating thing, because it helps you get seats, save seats without having to be like that, having to be like in the old days when you have people coming up, oh, is this seat taken? Is this seat taken? Which, by the way, someone actually did that to me at this screening for Oppenheimer, and I said, yeah, someone's sitting there, because, you know, so I don't like to admit that I do this, but I usually buy more than one ticket so I have nobody sitting next to me, because I really don't want to have people sit next to me while I'm watching a movie. I don't want people to be giving me, I want enough space where I can just sit there, don't have to worry about anybody sitting next to me and causing a problem. Like, I buy more than one ticket for several of these movies, and I know it's a waste of money. I admit that it's a waste of money, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Like, I don't like being around people too much. I'm like that cat from the Tex Avery cartoon, the cat that hated people. I connect more with that cat in that cartoon more than ever when it comes to stuff like that, and also work and all that type of stuff. Like, I just can't stand people sometimes, and like, it's not that I don't want to be around people. It's just that a lot of people around here just get, you never know. Some of them get so crazy for no reason whatsoever, and like so weird on so many levels. Case in point, what happened in this movie, and it's just like, that's why I do it. I admit that it's a waste of money. I admit that I probably should not be doing this, but you know what? I just need to feel that little bit of a protection there. So anyway, that's the fun little thing that happened while it is in between Barbie and Oppenheimer. Now,